no other college team to watch, so he grew up watching the Badgers, and I just, yeah, it's kind of what it's just the tradition of living there, I guess.
So what changed?
Came here, so I was just fell in love with Michigan in the recruiting process, and this is the place for me.
Ben, from that first start up until now, what did you learn about yourself? I mean, people were talking about, true freshmen coming in, playing very well. Did you surprise yourself at all, or was that something that you were pretty confident that you'd be able to do?
I had confidence in myself, but I just tried to work hard every day. That's my high school coaches. That's what I was instilled with, and I think that's what's brought me success in the past. And that's kind of what I rely on is work ethic. So that's what I tried to bring out through camp and throughout these first 4 weeks here.
What's the level of demand like with Drev now? Is he, as far as expectations go, how does he convey that to you guys, and I guess like make it clear every week during practices?
Yeah, he's very open about it, about what you did well, what you need to improve on, and how well you're improving on things. So it's really nice to have a great line of communication.
Like you and Ben were able to rotate a little bit. I mean, how helpful is he in that? Because it's kind of like a young guy coming for his job and stuff.
A lot more than you can imagine. He and I roomed together all of camp, and we roomed together in the hotel before game nights. He's helped me with plays, protections, pregame tests, life, basically everything. He's helped me a ton.
Did it surprise you?
No, I'd met him once during the recruiting process, and we hit it off pretty well. He was a good guy, but he has gone far out of his way to help me mentally and physically with the game.
When did you realize you were going to have the chance to play as a true freshman? And was it sort of a surprise to you? It's not normally a position where freshmen play.
Yeah, it surprised me, but I was obviously happy to be surprised with it. I would say towards the end of camp, coach had always pushed me to keep grinding and that I could get there at some point. And then I started seeing some results towards the end of camp, and just kept working at that.
Are you still just doing guard, Ben, or are you doing other stuff?
I'm just a guy.
Just a guard right now?
You were a tackle in high school?
I was, yeah. Played left tackle.
Is that a tough transition? Kind of
Not too bad. I thought I adjusted well. I knew I was coming in to play guard, so I was able to work at it before I came here after my senior season in high school. So I got a little bit of a jump start, and then came here and started learning all the little tweaks which you need to work on. And then Coach Yzerman worked with me every day, and we got better, and now we're in week 4.
Have they discussed with you if they want you to be versatile moving forward and playing other spots or being open-minded to that sort of thing?
That's a goal. It's a goal of mine at least. Be as versatile as possible. In a perfect world, I could bounce around and play all 5 spots. By senior year. So that's a goal of mine is to be able to move around, and I'm working at it on my own, trying to get as versatile as possible.
You look like Mason's done. Is that kind of the? He could
Yeah.
play any spot.
Exactly.
That kind of,
Exactly. Just be as versatile as possible. So.
Was the fact that this staff was in place give you a thought that things were going to be picking up around here?
Absolutely. As soon as I came and met them, when I was just finished my junior year in high school, I came out and met them all. And, I noticed the change in the changing of the guard really. So I was really excited about it, and that's why I ended up coming here and came here.
Were you recruited by Wisconsin at all?
I was, yeah. They were my first offer actually.
When did that offer come?
March 1st, my sophomore year. I remember those dates.
Braden told us you were a hockey player, just like he was.
I was.
What did you? How long did you play? I guess that's the first.
Whole
question.
life.
Your whole life.
Started when I was 3 years old. Ended right before high school, really.
Okay.
What position did you play?
Yeah.
I was a left wing, forward. So I was able to move around, skate around. Great time. Hockey was my first love. Really didn't want to end it, but I just kind of had to pick between football and hockey, and found that football probably had a better future for me.
Were you still like 280 pounds?
No.
Or were you a lot smaller back then?
I was smaller. I was still bigger than everyone else on the
Yeah.
ice, but kids started to beat me with speed then.
Yeah.
And so I knew had to pick a different sport.
You know that Braden's like a Pee Wee legend in this state.
Is he?
The size he is. He's never told you about any of this?
I mean, I brought up that that we each played hockey, but he was pretty humble.
Because he
about
was
his stories.
gigantic and he was still playing. He was like
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Who are some of your inspirations hockey wise? Like guys that you liked?
Huge Blackhawks fan. Well, I was a Blackhawks fan. I was a Red Wings fan growing up, and then I switched off to Chicago. So Chris Chelios I always found. He was a good guy, and then Yzerman was always a good one, and then Lidstrom. I always loved Lidstrom, his leadership. He just took control of that team.
Perfect human.
Yeah, he was the man. I ran into him once at a hockey tournament, and he was watching his son play, and there was a line of like 30 kids waiting for his autograph, and he could not have been nicer about it. It's like, I'll sign autographs after the game, guys. Just can't wait over there. I want to watch my son. Game ended, kissed his wife, picked up his blankets, came over, signed autographs, personalized every single one of them to the kids. Talked to parents. No complaints at all. He's a great guy.
And that kind of, not to go off on a Lidstrom thing, but a lot of people talk about, I mean, like if you didn't know who he was and played hockey, he appears like he's an average sized guy, just, average regular dude.
Yep, you never know. He's a great guy. I was very impressed when I met him.
What were some of those conversations with, going back to speaking with Tim and kind of the demands that he has on you guys? What are some of the conversations with him been like, between you two, as far as what you need to do to improve, what he likes, what you're doing, that kind of stuff? Checks and balances of your first 4 weeks.
Yeah, there's just some technique things I still have to clean up. I know how to do it, but sometimes it's not always consistent because I just need more repetition, and it's just cleaning things like that up. But he likes the physicality that I play with, and the speed of the game. I'm catching up to the speed of the game. I got that down, so he's happy with where we're at, but there's still a lot of work to do.
How much did having your brother already on campus help, or I guess convince you to come to Michigan?
It didn't convince me really. I was going to come here anyway, but it's helped a lot.
Yeah.
He's given me the lay of the land. It's nice to have a close family member here, so when you just need somebody from home, you can call him and you just head over to his apartment, hang out for the night, just do nothing.
You guys are still pretty close.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, very close.
Was it the staff that was a difference, or would you have come here if it was a difference?
It really was the staff.
Was the staff?
I loved the school, loved the program, but once the staff came in, that was kind of the final piece of the puzzle, and I just knew then that this is where I need to be.
So if these guys weren't here, would you be a Badger this week?
Very possible, quite possible.
Any surprise at the position that this team is in right now?
Our team? Mm-hmm. Not at all. As soon as I got here, I was immediately impressed with how the players ran it, our summer workouts, how dedicated everybody was, and the talent that we have this year. It's what we worked for, and the results are finally showing off.
Was your first week of practice pretty rough then?
Yeah, I'd never done anything like that. I think it was tough for every freshman, but you just have to put your nose to the